Welcome to RollFare, a D&D podcast. Thanks so much for listening and tuning in. As always, we'll introduce ourselves. My name is Devin. I am the Dungeon Master.
I'm Ryan. I'm playing Alton, the Tiefling Warlock.
I'm Brad, playing Arden the Wizard.
I'm Kayla, playing Kaiji, the Tabaxi.
I'm Austin, playing Sheru the Tortle.
I'm Ben. I'm playing Raina the Ranger.
I'm Sarah. I'm playing Asar, the Fire Genasi Sorcerer.
Perfect. And to pick up from last time, the party had just returned to the Pumongo Oasis after traveling along the Zumaji Road, finding the lost temple of Juanabi, and having an encounter with some sort of fiendish creature there. We ended last time with Raynor having told Tondoth Sheon about the assumed demise of his daughter Vatha, and realizing through Tondoth that his source of income has disappeared after he was taken through the city when he was sick in the early part of the campaign. And Raynor left his entire gold supply there, and we are going to pick up with him just leaving the Sheon home. So
Raina is going to go just quietly back to the tavern, sit up at the counter and just kind of ask, can someone lend me a few coppers for a drink? I seem to have misplaced my coin purse.
So as you sit up to get into the tavern, you one thing you notice is that it's pretty mellow. You know, there's not many people up anymore. You see the barkeep there, and you see Kaiji sitting at the bar as well.
Don't worry, I planned ahead. I got you a drink.
Good. I hope it's strong.
Let me see if I've got something in here. I seem to have lost it. I wish I had something to help you.
It'll probably take a lot more than just a drink or two to truly help me. Just a bad day, I'll sum it up to that.
I can imagine. I was thinking about it, and I maintain the creature had every reason to be bluffing. But I'll admit, if she's anything like you, I imagine she would have tracked him without a problem. And if she's anything like you, only one of them would have walked out alive.
Yeah, she was definitely a good friend.
You don't have a way of knowing, do you? I don't know if...
I don't. I mean, it's for all we know, she made it out and into the sands somewhere, but she's just as familiar with the desert as I am.
It's true, I hadn't considered that.
That's my worry, is if she had made it out, she probably would have known how to make it back, but I don't know. There was no specific... I mean, there was nothing really that gave me a sure thing that she was gone. It's just... you lose a lot of people in your life, and you just kind of almost expect it.
Raynor, I feel terrible. You saved my life. You know that, don't you? You saved me. And I repay you by getting your friends killed. I owe you a great debt. for my life, for my freedom, for Tristan's life. Almost feel like it'd be better if I just left, went back to my ship. I could report to them in person, but I won't leave you until we decide that debt has been repaid. I'll be with you to do whatever I can to help.
Raina takes just a pretty heavy drink, puts the mug down on the table. It's appreciated. You can repay me by staying alive. I also wouldn't want you wandering off. We do probably need your assistance trying to find the rest of your friends. I'd like to get on that before hopefully we lose anyone else.
That's the hope. I don't have a lot of information. I have to help you. I hate to admit it to anyone else, but I never even got to fight. We were ambushed, and me and two of the other members of my crew immediately, everything went fuzzy and dark, and we were on the ground before the first shot was fired, before the first blade was pulled out. I have no idea what happened between them then and me waking up in the cage.
Raina is just kind of memories go through the back of his mind of incidences years past. Just kind of eyes glaze over for a second, takes another drink. Well, there's probably not a lot of people out there that'll understand what you've gone through.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you. Well, we should get to bed eventually, yeah?
Eventually, I would prefer to probably put myself to sleep tonight. I just drink myself into unconsciousness if possible.
Well, good luck to you on this beer, but I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah. Thank you for the conversation and the drinks.
I am good for drinks, I'll promise you that. I'll just slip away from the bar and head upstairs.
Okay. So you sit there drinking what you can with what Mossy was able to pay for, and left to your own thoughts, memories, and disappointments. And eventually, as you continue to drink, your mind starts to get that familiar haze, and you seem to forget, to some degree, the experiences of your past, even though the pain of the day still rests pretty fresh, although slightly dulled. And eventually you find yourself passing out somewhere in the bar. Did anyone else want to do anything?
About when Raynor left to go to see Tondoth, about what time was that?
I would say probably towards the later evening, maybe like 8, 9 o'clock.
So yes, you would have just gone to bed.
I'd be in bed, but looking at my drawing I made of the goggles and thinking on that other spell that eludes me.
Okay.
But being pretty happy about myself about the day, other than, recent events. Somebody died,
Okay.
Alton would just be in his room, pitch black, because he doesn't realize it's dark because he can see so well. And he's just reading his Book of Shadows a little more. And
Okay. And you remind me, you have just the general level room, right, with the wicker mats? You don't have your own room?
I think I would have, since I feel like I'm
Entitled.
well, no, I feel like I'm not like just scraping for gold anymore. I'm not, we've been able to get some gold a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm going to splurge and go for a private room.
Okay. Sounds good. Anyone else who would have taken a private room, go ahead and mark that off.
What would the cost be on that?
I believe it's a silver.
Oh, a whole silver. That's so expensive.
I'll double check.
Oh yeah, so the common rooms.
Yeah, do you want to look up the cost of lodging, Austin?
Yeah.
Because we're on the
If I
same.
remember correctly, it was 1 silver or 3 silver. If
I can't remember.
remember.
But anyway,
I guess I'll have to pay for my own room
yeah,
this time.
it's just whatever's in the player's handbook if you just want to grab that.
because
so-
she paid for me last time.
As you guys all fade to bed after doing your various activities, the morning comes, and what are you doing?
I'm looking for the group in the common room, just when everyone shows up.
Okay,
Just trying to keep an eye out for everyone.
sounds good. So you get down there first, and you don't see anyone quite yet.
Then I'll just order breakfast.
Okay, you
Still splurging.
sounds good. So you have a goat leg brought to you, and just some simple bread. What else is everyone doing?
Asal would go down the steps. She looks around. Does she see Reyna?
So go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, which one? Which dice?
I'd say you can do it with advantage.
All right.
And I think with Alton's perception, he just wouldn't have noticed it.
Really? It's the same number. 17.
17. So as you come down and you see Alton sitting there at the table eating his goat leg, you kind of approach closer to that table, and you just get this smell that kind of permeates to you, and you look around and you see Raynor sitting there in the corner with just beer kind of slopped down his front, a little bit of vomit there.
Oh, no.
And he is passed out.
Asal is going to go to Reyna and lightly shake him on the shoulder. Reyna? Good morning. Did you have a pleasant evening?
Good is an objective opinion.
How are you feeling?
Well, this is not the worst pain I've felt in my life. I could have drunk maybe like 2 more pints. I'm sure of it. I lost count.
I think you should get a little sobered up. And let's see. Is alcohol poisoning?
Technically, yes.
So Asa is going to lightly touch Reyna on the forehead and whisper some words and cast greater or lesser restoration. But I know that the spell and the magic, I want to twist it to my will And I'm going to cast a sorcery point to like double the time. So you are cured of poison and have poison or resistance to poison for 2 hours.
Oh, so mean.
Captain America for 2 hours.
You feel her touch your forehead, and all of a sudden the headache just vanishes, and you feel what was ever left in there of the buzz that you had gone, and all the pain of the previous night just kind of comes rushing back in.
Yeah, Raina does not like this.
At the same time, Sherry's going to come down to the main part of the inn. All right, group. And I see Rainer and Asar over in the corner. Yeah, that's just people I was looking for. I hear you two know a excellent blacksmith. I have these dragon teeth that need some working on. I want to get a dragon tooth dagger.
I feel that headache coming on again. Gods. What are the gods?
Could you introduce me to this? It was Tondoth, right?
Yes, he's on the other side of town. I'm a little busy this morning. You can go by yourself if you want to. Just don't tell them I sent you.
I thought you guys were friends.
Oh, yeah, but, even friends blame each other for, all the horrible things that may have happened in one's life at time to time. I'm going to step outside and just try and find something stronger than...
Want some breakfast? I've got some goat.
Oddly, I probably could handle some breakfast. I'm not thinking straight at the moment, apparently. I hate feeling this way.
I really need to get my hands on more serpent's piss.
It's an odd phrase. That's funny. To figure out how much the room was. Sorry.
Thank you for the help
5 silver for
with the headache.
Better combination.
Please don't ever do that again.
1 silver.
Unless I ask for it. Oh, God. I need to clean up a little bit.
I hear
Arden can do that.
Yeah, Arden is good at cleaning things up.
Yes. God, I made a mess, didn't I?
I've got a cool new way to wake people up, too, if you want to try it out.
No, please not anymore. I've already had one rude awakening this morning. Well, 2 if you count Sharu.
Hey.
No offense taken. Best
I accept that. Anyways, I'm off. I've got errands to run and blacksmith to see. I hope your day gets better during there. Good day, everybody. I'll see you.
Wait. Don't go yet.
Oh.
I gotta talk to the group.
Okay.
Is Arden here yet?
Nope.
Neither of these two, I think, have come down.
Oh, gosh.
Arden is staring at the ceiling and just kind of resetting because it's been go.
So, Sherry, if you leave, don't be gone long.
I'm currently waking up very slowly and stretching,
Doing the cat,
and then
yeah.
waking up, and then stretching, and then waking up.
I should be gone for maybe, I think, a half hour to do a little bit of shopping and whatnot. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
that should work.
Awesome. So I head out the door and just head straight over across the lake towards where Tondoth's shop is.
Okay. So you get to the blacksmith and you knock on the door and you see Zaylin come and answer. Hello.
Hi, yes, I am Sharu. I hear this is an excellent blacksmith to get some work done. I look around, dragon teeth. I want one turned into a dagger. Do you think that would be a possibility?
So he looks at you and he's like, "Oh, that sounds really cool. Yeah, I'm sure my grandfather can help you." And he runs over, gets Tondoth, and Tondoth comes to the door, and he's like, "Hello, I understand that you're needing some work done?
Yes, yes. Again, looking around, making sure it's not too noticeable. I pull out one of the intact dragon teeth. It's like, I was lucky enough to come across a fallen dragon in the desert. And I got a couple of these specimens. I was wondering if it'd be possible to have one turned into a dagger.
I'm sure I could figure out a way to do this. I haven't worked with bone often, but mostly metal, but I'm sure it'll be quite a challenge. And you see him smile a little bit, and you see, as you look at him, you see that his eyes are very red and puffy from what looks to be a rough night. But you see it kind of fade a little bit. He perks up, and he's looking at the dragon's teeth. And he's like, "Tell me a little bit more of what you had in mind."
So I assume, I don't know much about dragon bone, but the dragons are magical creatures, and I assume that dragon teeth or their bones might be susceptible to receiving some enchantments. And I was wondering if I might be able to put a spell onto it, maybe some divine magic to help fight against undead or beasts, or maybe even one of my favorite spells I've recently learned is inflict wounds, necromantic, or what type of magic is that? Necrotic.
Necromantic.
And I think that'd be really cool to have something that adds a little oomph when it is used.
I see. I can work things, and we have means of doing some enchantments.
And the enchantment, I know it might cost more than I have, so I might have to work on that later, but I think having a base one would be fun to have, just to have, really.
Gotcha. Well, I can certainly create something, and if you leave me the dragon's tooth and, let's say 50 gold is a down payment, we should be able to create something
That's
good for you.
what do I got? So 200 copper is
That'd be
200
Two gold.
copper is 2
2 gold, so 100.
It's
If you
13.
click on it,
Ah.
sorry, click on the actual gold, and it gives you a total up top.
Okay, so I have a total of 40. Okay, so I then pull out the broken teeth and one of the remaining 2 intact teeth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't quite have 50 gold on me, but I have a couple other dragon teeth and parts that I might be willing to part with.
Very well. Why don't you leave the 2 dragon's teeth, in addition to the one that we'll be crafting?
I pulled out the broken ones.
Oh,
and
I
then
see.
one of the other intact ones.
Gotcha.
Did I have 3? I thought I had. is it
Yeah,
3?
I thought you had 3 full
Yeah, I had
teeth.
3 full teeth and then 5 broken teeth. So I kept one of the full teeth in reserve.
Why don't you leave this tooth and these pieces, and we'll count that as the down payment. And then when the finished product is done, we'll add another, let's say, 50 gold to that.
I think I can manage that. Thank you so much.
No problem.
About what time? When should I be back? I guess
Give me a few days.
I will do that. Thank you.
Thank you. And what was your name?
I am Sharu. I am a cleric of Uvumar. Not I guess officially of the temple here, but I know Raynar. I hear he's comes here.
Yeah.
I've been traveling with him lately.
So at the mention of his name, his face kind of goes, a little downcast, and he says, "Rainer's a good man."
He saved my journals. I know that. He earned my friendship from that.
He's a good man. If you see him today, tell him I'm sorry and that I'd like to see him again.
I'll let them know. Thank you so much for being willing to work on this.
Thank you for coming. It means a lot.
Of course.
And he takes the dragon's teeth, and you see him kind of go back inside, and shuts the door, and you're left there on your own again.
So with that bit of shopping done, I want to go, a general store just to pick up some. I want to get I see if I can exchange my regular. Oh, I already have a hooded lantern. Never mind. I don't need a hooded lantern. Pick up some rations, and then I swear there was something else I wanted to grab, but I can't think of it at the time. So just a week's worth of rations.
Okay. So you head to the general store. It's called Sindargi's general store. And you go in there and you talk to the shopkeep. His name's Sindargi. And you're able to acquire those rations without problem.
Okay. Real quick.
They are cost-wise. They're 10% higher than the average.
Okay. If I were to buy, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us. Buy rations for everybody. That would be, say, 49 minus
food?
7.
Does somebody have?
I don't know. I don't know about this. So, if I buy 40 2 rations, that's 7 rations for everybody. How much is that going to be? So 21 gold, 10% higher than 21 is 23. About. Cool. All right, so I'm going to buy 7 rations for everybody. And just kind of. Do you have a sack or something I can carry all these rations? It's a little bit much.
He looks over. I'm sure I've got something around here, and he kind of rummages through some different pots and different just casings and whatnot, and he comes out. I knew I had something, and he just pulls out like this burlap type sack material, very simple.
Yeah.
Says, "Will this do?"
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much.
Perfect. It's just a copper.
I'll take it. Thank you. So and then I take all these my spoils back to the inn.
Okay, sounds good. Anything else?
I mean, if they're shopping,
You're not there.
I know.
Asa is going to notice the disposition of Reyna and seem very concerned. Are you still there? Are you getting cleaned up? What are you doing?
I'm trying to just whatever. I probably grab whatever I can to brush myself off at least. It did take, no, what I'd probably do is I'd go outside to where they have the maybe trough. Like a water trough for like camels or horses or whatever, and I'm just just cleaning my armor and me and everything off all together, just kind of getting a good rinse, but I'm dripping a bit in the process. But
so you go up to the water trough and you see this camel just drinking water there, and you start splashing yourself, and the camel like looks up, you see water kind of fall out of its mouth, and you're like,
just like the Prince of Egypt.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Asa is going to just quietly follow him out and just sort of watch. Well, Reyna, I suppose this is the first time I have seen you bathe. So...
Well, take it in while you get the chance.
Is there something I can do to assist you?
Not really. This is a bit of a one-man job.
That is fun.
What? Do you need additional clothing?
No, thank you. I'm perfectly comfortable in this.
Well, I'm just wanting to help. I feel like you're mad at me, and I want to make it better.
I'm not mad at anyone here.
But you are mad at someone, then.
Oh, just, the gods. but that's neither here nor there. They tend to spit in my face a bit more often than I would like.
I don't disagree with you.
I so want the camel to spit.
That camel's actually a god.
That would have been ironic. I wish I had been
spit.
fast on my feet with that one.
Listen, had a rough couple of days, to say the least. I'll get over it somehow. I always do.
Well, you don't need to get over it alone. I'm here for you, Raina.
I appreciate it. It does seem like I have a bit more friendship and comfort than usual. Scares me a little bit, if we're being honest. I'm not used to having a support system, if you will.
No, I understand. I understand, Raina.
Yeah, just kind of. I'll work through it. You don't need to worry about me yet.
I probably come downstairs about the same, a few minutes after Sharu leaves. They're outside. I look around.
I'll wave.
Ed, Alton, good
You
to
want
see
some goat?
you. Yes, actually.
Breakfast is ready.
Thank you. You didn't scare everybody off, did you?
I don't know. I usually do, so I just don't notice that anymore.
Oh, all right. Well, it's better than me scaring everybody off.
I think Sharu just went to run some errands or something. He said he'd be back, and Rainer's just covered in vomit, so he's outside. Actually, and then I'm gonna cast message to Arden, if that'll work.
Sure.
Arden, wake up!
Holy mother.
Your services are needed downstairs. You need to clean up some vomit.
I'm sorry, but Arden isn't here right now. If you'd like to leave a message.
I will cast message again. Arden, this is a god. Wake up and come downstairs.
You sound remarkably like someone I know.
Well, I don't know any gods.
So I'm going to stare at the ceiling, realize I can't sleep or, lie in bed anymore. Stretch and get up and mosey down the stairs, go up to the bartender and say, throw down a silver piece. Bartender, I think I'm ready.
Oh, hey, Arden, did you get my message?
Oh, is that you?
Yeah, that's a new trick I learned.
You're a god now. Okay.
Yep, I can speak to you through walls.
That's amazing. You have to teach me. Anyway, I think I'm ready.
The bartender looks at you. He's like, "Are you sure?"
It's going to be a double
A double.
of the best water you have. This day will be the day that I do not choke on this water. And you will...
Alton.
What?
Alton. How much money you want to put on that?
Oh, yes, please. Double
One
water,
gold.
please.
Double water. Coming
before
right
it
up. And he
begins.
takes the silver. And he's like,
I think he'll choke.
those of you who would be listening, or you hear him kind of like, easiest money I've ever made. And he brings you over 2 mugs of water.
2 mugs because it's a double. I love it.
Nice.
All right, here we go.
And then I'm just going to chug
Okay.
the first one.
Go ahead and make a constitution check.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy.
Constitution just check or saving throw?
Hang on. What are you doing, Ryan?
Yeah.
Let's figure this out
I'm going to
first.
make my voice boom up to 3 times as loud as normal.
Okay.
Say, Arden, don't choke.
Okay.
Fair, the bet is off.
So make a Constitution
worth it
check
anyways.
with disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely disadvantage. Oh, that's pretty good. It's still pretty good. 18.
So you're able to down the water, no problem, and you down it fast.
That was nice try, Alton.
I throw the rest of my goat leg at you.
Oh, why are we throwing things? What's going on?
You made me lose a bet.
Well, that's not my fault. What, you bet on me?
Yeah.
That's very nice. I don't know if I've... Has anyone bet on me before? I don't know.
Yes, actually. Now that you ask.
There's been a bet before.
Indeed. Last time it was you getting punched in the face.
You bet that I would get punched. By who?
Technically speaking, I was on the side that said that you would talk your way out of it. But not the side that said we would win in a bar fight. So do not get those confused.
I would never. That is... Oh, I feel so good. Thank you. You bet for me to win. Oh,
Well, to get out of not to win. Remember, there's a difference.
yes. All right. I feel like I can chug this other one. Thank you.
Chuck the other one.
You chug it just fine. So
I have mastered the art of drinking water.
Achievement unlocked.
I am unstoppable.
achievement would be don't choke.
Yeah, don't choke.
As I choke.
Made the DM choke.
Yep. On air. Okay, so you guys, you come back to the inn and you see these two sitting out here, Camel looking at Raynor.
Is Raynor still bathing?
I'd say he's pretty much finished at this point.
Okay. Oh, Raynor, I saw Tondoff like you recommended.
I mean, sure. What? Did it go well?
Oh, yes, I did mention you at first, and then I mentioned that I was traveling with you. And he said he'd like to talk to you again, and that he kind of feels bad for what happened last night. But anyways, I also did some shopping for us because I feel like we're gonna be traveling together for a while, and I pull out 2 stacks of 7 rations and hand one to Asar and one to Raynor. It's like on the house, as it were.
Honestly, this is much appreciated.
Yes. I've got a couple more. Also.
Thank you, Sharif.
You're welcome. I asked forgot his name, Tondoff. I asked Tondoff to make a dagger out of those dragon teeth I found. And I'm gonna need about 20 more gold, 30 more gold. So if you guys know anybody, or we can still sell some of that scorpion venom we have, and maybe some of the stones. But I'm gonna have to make up some of that gold to get that. Anyways, enjoy. I walk inside and seeing the other 3. Excellent. And pull out the rations. Here you go, my friends. As we'll be traveling together, we'll need food. And so here's food.
Thank you.
Oh, that's great.
Very useful.
And Kaiji,
Yes.
out of all of us out here, you
Yes.
seem like the one that is most likely to use the dagger, correct?
I've been known to use it.
Raynor tried.
Yes, he did try.
I prefer my Tulawar. I prefer having some distance between me and the other guy, but, you know.
I feel like you would be better use of the dagger than most of us. Raynor might get by once, maybe sometime if you help him.
About 33% of the time.
Anyways,
I also
It's
have
good batting average.
daggers on the end of my hands.
what do you think of a dragon tooth dagger?
Now you've piqued my interest.
Yes. I've asked Honda to make a dagger. I have deposited one of the other full dragon teeth I had in the 5 broken one with him. And he's requesting, once we pick it up, another 50 or so gold. But it will be your dagger if you help me pay for it. I just want to see a dragon tooth dagger. I think it'd be so cool.
My dagger. That is not an item that I had on my radar. Dragon tooth. I'll have to get back to you about that.
Okay.
As I say, I kind of already have daggers on the end of my hands.
But dragons are notoriously magical, and maybe it has a magical property. I don't know.
Maybe you can replace your daggers on the end of your hands with dragon teeth.
Or there's that. I could also teach you, since you do tend up to in the close up and personal to anything we fight.
True.
It's sharper than your
I
staff.
do have my own claws I can use in a close-up fight.
I start comparing. I mean, you have claws.
Portal claws,
yes.
I mean, metagaming, it does 1d4 plus 1 damage, so...
So, I mean, they're technically the same as mine.
yes.
But
Mine might seem more stout, a little bit thicker than yours, so mine might leave bigger gashes, but not as fine as yours are.
I feel like the sharper works better, but whatever.
I mean, most of the time when I hit something, it's more of just more of a punch with spikes in it.
I mean, you can test it out on Alton, and
Or just,
Why would I
just test it
out
on Arden.
Alton?
He's closer to
he's obviously willing to take a hit. He's a god now, apparently.
This
so-
is
He is.
Yeah.
When did you join the Pantheon?
you. Well, I never said I was a god. I just said I could cast messages through walls, and I did impersonate a god to
I
speak
see.
to Arden, but
Which god did you impersonate?
it wasn't Junanabi. But the only ones I know of are Junanabi and Uvamar. And that guy's an asshole, so it wasn't him.
I like Uvalmar. He's been good to me. He's given me more knowledge.
Have you been to the temple here?
I have, yes, those are assholes.
I think we are agreed.
Anyways,
Maybe it was, I guess I could have been impersonating that trickster guy you mentioned the other day.
yes,
Yongwo.
Yuango.
Yongwo.
Yes, I mean, it'd be very much up his alley to pretend to be a god when he's pretending not to be a god. Are you a Mongo?
that would work on the god of tricks.
We were talking the other night. Maybe this is more evidence that I am his cleric.
We don't need to
'Cause
inflate
these powers
his ego.
I'm getting enable me to, continue his will and his purpose of playing tricks or whatever he does.
That is certainly a possibility. I'll take note.
Sounds good.
The jury's still out.
So make sure I'll add 7 rations if
Yeah.
you need to.
Thank you.
So you guys get your rations, and you've cleaned yourself up for the most part.
Create food and waters when you're at 5th level.
And I would say at this point, we will probably end this part of the session there, and we'll pick up next time. Thank you for listening.
You have been listening to RollFare, a D&D podcast. Produced, recorded, and mixed by SF Shields. Executive produced by the RollFare team. Copyright 2021 by RollFare LLC. All rights reserved. Visit us online at rollfare.com.